Our build login form function is pretty small, but typically you're going to be generating big objects with this kind of thing. This is called an object mother or a test object factory function here. And so sometimes you're going to be generating pretty large objects, and it can be really nice to be able to override those values. And so we're going to accept an overrides here, and we'll just spread that here. And then if we wanted to say, hey, actually, we have a special case for when the username is Chuck Norris. Now we can just pass that in, and then we can have our test flow through with the username as Chuck Norris, and then the password is generated. And so this allows us to communicate that, hey, this is your typical login form, except the username needs to be Chuck Norris for this test to work. And that's an important aspect of this particular test. Now, of course, that's not an important aspect for this test, so I'm going to remove that, but this overrides just gives you another mechanism for you to communicate the parts that are important for the test and the parts that are just like everything else for this test. So in review, all that we did here is add an overrides argument to this build login form, and then combine our object that we generate when this is normally called with whatever's passed as overrides. And sometimes these overrides could be options from which you can derive other generated values. It really just kind of depends on the needs of the particular mock object factory that you have.